Hey, you don't look confident, Bo. You don't look confident when you're doing that. You don't look confident.
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar, sponsored by ChiefsBlitz.com, presented by UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athen, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hence
He got the winning Super Bowl touchdown.
Okay, got a catch. Anybody could have made that catch.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State.
You did it, man. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Guys, y'all got it. Comment. Guys, y'all.
I don't know what the trade details are. Hold on.
Boom.
Boom. Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
Isn't that crazy? It's been 11 months since the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and we're it's gone by so fast.
Oh, it's time to piss straight off. Pull up a picture of 81. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Rashad Smith.
Rashad Smith. Let's go.
There it is. The Chiefs have done their perfect draft.
Dre's gone. I don't know where he's gone.
Yo, welcome to the show. It's a Chiefs Blitz night. Breaking down the plays, keeping everything tight. From my homes to the defense, we give you the scoop. Real talk, real stats, we the ultimate troop.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Hey, if you see us live everywhere, this is Red Friday. Everybody got their red on. Baltimore Ravens is coming in town. They got fumble problems and everything else. And it was a nice game on Friday when you see the Cardinals and Seahawks was balling last night as well. And you've seen some press conference, some after quotes from Richard Sherman, Tony Gonzalez about Russell. We'll be talking about all that today. So let's go ahead and get into Nick. What you have for us today, sir?
All right. First of all, welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar Chiefs Blitz podcast. I'm your host, Nick Athen, with Hence Todd, Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and we are brought to you guys today by the guys at Underdog, who have a special bonus going on this weekend. So roll that tape, my brother.
Oh, I thought you was going to talk about something.
I'll talk about that here in a minute, too.
Football is back.
Football is back. You can play now, Missouri. Special bonus, play 5, get 100. They are doubling the stakes for this weekend. You can win up to 1,000 times your money by playing the pick'em game, higher or lower. Who's going to be better? Jackson. Who's going to be better? Mahomes. Win money on sports. You can't beat that. Make it simple around here. Hit the QR code to the right, scan there, and it goes to our page. And make sure the promo code Chiefs Blitz is in there. Play 5, and you'll get 100 just to this weekend only. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can double it. And if you want a Bobby Bell signed card, sign up and let me know. That's it. I can't offer any more than that. So that's what we do here at the Chiefs Blitz podcast.
Giving stuff away left and right. I'm
not giving the stuff away, but I am selling my collection. The shop is open. ChiefsBlitz.com/shop. Got some stuff in there. It's got a Mahomes stuff. I got a Kelsey, a Tyreek Hill signed helmet. I got a bunch of stuff in there. But this one, I'm doing a special $12.50 for if you're a fan of Super Bowl IV, Emmitt Thomas, Lenny Dawson, Will Lanier, Bobby Bell, and Johnny Robinson all signed this ball with their Hall of Fame dates intact. Free shipping and a free case, $1,250, and a bonus prize, a extra signed Super Bowl IV item that I will throw in. So I want to appreciate everybody who's emailed me about that stuff. So hopefully we'll get the stuff moving. The rest of it should be posted. Well, a lot of it will be posted this weekend. So if you're looking for stuff, if you want the ultimate ride, the Derek Thomas Mercedes-Benz raffle is here. You have until October 16th when they select the winner. All you got to do is it's going to cost $100 per raffle ticket. You scan the QR code, 100% of the proceeds will go to the Derek Thomas, Neil Smith, Third and Long Foundation, along with the Jaron Cherry Foundation, and you can win Derek's ultimate ride. That Mercedes-Benz, it's got a lot of history in it. God knows what all those history things are in there, but my goodness, it's pretty great.
Hey, have you guys watched the Charlie Sheen doc on Netflix?
I did.
My goodness. You kind of heard things over the years. I mean, he's probably around Nick's and my age. I think he just turned 60.
Yeah,
so maybe a couple of years younger. But contemporaries. Yeah. Sean Penn. They had Clooney in there. A bunch of those guys. But just wow. He should not be alive.
No, there's no question he shouldn't be alive.
Maybe the tiger blood thing was real.
I guess. You know,
But
you
I
look
recommend it if you have any, just Charlie Sheen, or just about just Hollywood and kind of how the one of the best lines he had was when he said back, you know, when he was a kid, you know, they used to hear, hey, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And he said, well, what if at first you do succeed? They don't teach you that. So
yeah.
he kind of went off the rails a bit, but hey, that's Charlie, man.
Yeah, he's been on the talk show. He was on with Greg Gutfeld last week, and that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But you know, hey, listen, he put it all out in the book. There's no more blackmailing Charlie Sheen anymore, because that's all there.
Yeah.
So all the stories about his past, and kudos to him for being 8 years sober. I will be 10 years sober in January from alcohol. So
Congratulations!
That was all about Charlie.
You put it
I know it's all about
down.
Charlie.
Congratulations.
Hey, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself.
We want to shout out everybody that's timing in the chat. We also do prizes like for the guys at number one in the chat at the end of Friday's show. And right now is DS is number one, Ruben is number two, and also
DH. Is that a new player in the house?
I don't know. He escaped. You don't know
who that is. Is that Derrick Henry?
Dog emoji there.
That's the wolf.
Is Ricky back?
Ricky's not back. Ricky has lost his phone privileges.
What's happening, DH? What's the word, player? What's the
deal? DH. You ain't the wolf, right?
Welcome in.
I don't know.
Is that even a wolf? Is that even a wolf?
It looks
he
like
said free Xavier Ford. Okay.
No, he ain't gonna be free to nothing for a really, really, really super long time.
Hey,
go, DH. DH is looking for the prize.
No,
he said,
"Hey, coming in strong."
You know what he said, guys?
For the smoke.
DH said,
"I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude."
That's all he did. He's playing the dude disguised as another.
Who is it then?
That might have been one of Charlie's friends right there.
Might have been. You never know.
So with that said, guys, we have Factor Cap, my personally favorite game on the show today.
Oh, look at that love. Look at that
that's
love.
why we're leading off, folks. It is Friday, Red Friday. But first, before we get into Red Friday, of course, your second favorite, fact or cap. We're going around the NFL, try to keep things balanced here on the show. There's other teams out there, other things happening, other stories. I'll read a statement, and then you just simply decide, is that fact or cap? Our panelists here will chime in as well, and they'll give us a little reasoning behind why they feel the way they do. So let's start right at the top in the AFC. Daniel Jones, don't look now, but he's accounted for in his first 3 games as Colts starter. 816 yards, 6 touchdowns, 0 turnovers. They have punted once in the first 3 games. I don't care who they played the first 3 games. They have 1 punt. Okay, 3-0. He seems to be fitting this Shane Steichen offense hand in glove. You've got a number 4 pick sitting on the bench. The statement is this: Daniel Jones, as far as the Colts are concerned, is the real deal. Will be their long-term quarterback. Going to sign a big-time extension at the end of this season. Fact or cap?
I'll say it looks all Cinderella until the shoe don't fit anymore until the clock strikes 12. I'll say there will be a cap. You know why? Because when they play the Chiefs, Spags is going to make them look like Cinderella and make like the clock strike 12, and there's going to be no more Indiana Jones in Indiana anymore. You have, was it Wizard of Oz had came to KC.
Diamonds, Indiana Jones.
No more.
You got all teams.
So yeah, I feel like it'll be a cap until he face Spags. Then the teams are going to
ratchet doing this again, Weston. It'd be the easiest way to get yourself blocked. Stop fooling around. Come on, you're better than this. What do you say, Nick? Fact or cap?
Oh, here we go. My mic was muted. I'm going to go fact. He is the new Alex Smith, in my opinion. I think he's going to have a great season, and I think he's going to get that long-term extension. He's their quarterback of the future. I've seen enough. If anybody can take that disheveled franchise and start 3-0, props, major props. He's taking that team on his shoulders.
I see what Western doing. Western trying to cheat, try to get his way up.
He's better than that. He's better than that, Western.
So I'm going fact, Lou. I think he's there to stay.
All right.
Well, God damn it, I am going fact, baby. I don't give a damn what Bo kicking. The thing is this. The new sheriff is in town, guys. We got somebody that fit that system in Indianapolis. Hey, if Indiana Jones is Indiana Jones, I'm all for it. Hey, you go with fit you. Hey, and the shoe do fit. I don't think the ruby slipper's coming off. I don't think it's coming off. So I'm going. He's not coming out.
Danny
He's
Diamond's
the guy that
getting
AMC.
it done. So
That's right.
by finding your franchise quarterback and giving him an extension, how does that weigh against the GM that drafted a quarterback 4th overall and never really got it going? So do you keep him for signing the free agent or blowing your draft pick? So that'll be an interesting one, and maybe that'll be one that comes up later in the year in Factor Cap. Okay, number 2. So the Philadelphia Eagles are out there 3-0, right? And we've seen 3 close games, and you could argue that the Cowboys and the Chiefs games could have gone either way. The Rams had them on the ropes, 26-7. And they kind of let them back into it, blocked a couple of kicks. It was just a collapse by the Rams. Saquon Barkley's averaging just over 3 yards a carry. They're really not using A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith until the game against the Rams where they absolutely had to have it. So they did produce a little bit in the passing game. So the statement is this. All that being said, nothing to see here. Eagles are just fine. Fact or cap?
I have to go with that would be a super large. You know what they say? The letter of the day is C. Cap. Has to be a cap on that because I don't think they just fine. I think they just found a way to figure it out in the end. Maybe the ref scooted a player over and he blocked the kick. Maybe. So I like to say that's a
terrible call.
Cap all the way.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's cap too. They've been fortunate with the illegal tush push that's now very obvious, and the NFL has to do something. The illegal formation on the block kick. I mean, that's NFL refereeing 101. You just simply have to count. They did it once, not twice, but still, they're lucky. I don't think they're going back to the Super Bowl this year. I think there's better teams out there, and I think they've been very fortunate. Now they have a really brutal schedule. So no fact for me. Cap.
Well, I'm gonna go cap because you know what, they got exposed because their DBs is decent, but you get a good offense over there, man. They're gonna run circles around the Eagles secondary. Hey, I like Quinton Mitchell. I like Cooper DeJean. I do. But on the other side of the ball's trash. So I'm having to go with cap too. They're gonna get exposed, man. Give them a good passing game. They're gonna get exposed.
Yeah, I think that they're kind of fell into something like we saw about the Chiefs as well, because I'm sure if I reverse the teams here, those answers would have been much different, because that's kind of what we're saying about the Chiefs all year last year is like, are they really that good? They're finding ways to win, but they can't do this, they can't do that, and everything else. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They got a deep roster. I think they'll figure it out. They'll be fine. Okay, finally. Got to include the Chiefs in Factor Cap. It's always number 3. So here we go. We've been talking about it. It seems like as long as we've been doing this show, our guy, number 74, Juwan Taylor, just can't seem to get out of his own way or maybe find his way to where he's supposed to line up. Again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but the statement is this. If the Chiefs are serious about holding their guys accountable, and accountability is a big thing, Juwan has to face the consequences and have to sit out until he can get himself right. Fact or cap?
To say there will be a cap. They don't even get anything right. Just a little bit inch off, a little bit, false starting there. But like I said, the kid is just fine. He's one of the guys that's, I know that people want to Nick scratches his head. People looking out the other way. People like, what's wrong with Hintz today? Is it too much Gatorade? I would say no. I would say that's a cap for me. The kid is just fine. I don't think he need to sit out. He's one of the best right tackles in the league, or the best.
Accountability has.
Okay, accountability factor. Accountability factor. I think you need. This is what I would do if I was Andy Reid. I would sit him out for a game. No. Hold on, let me finish. Just to see how he responds, how he comes back and becomes the starter the following week. Give an opportunity to just kind of see things from the other foot, and they learn. Hey, if you're going to keep doing false starts and holding penalties, and he's not the only one, let's not get carried away. Chiefs had penalties on, I think, all of their offensive linemen except Creed Humphrey in that game, and Kingsley Sue-Mateus. So for me, sit him out a week, fact, and then come back with him against Jacksonville, just so he can go back to the team and draft him.
He's the poster boy of the repeat offender, though. How many chances does he get? Go ahead, Coach.
Sit him out.
Sit his ass down. I don't give a damn. Sit his ass down. Put more in. Y'all know I've been beating his ass all show. The last couple shows. Sit his ass the hell down. Hey, let Moore come, man. Let Moore take a crack at it. Moore is decent. It's time, man. We don't need to handicap his offense anymore. Sit him down. Let Moore comes in, fill the void, and we take it from there, man. So I'm gonna say,
he's an awfully talented kid. So that's why you have to. I mean, you have to do something here, and there has to be consequences if you can't follow, I guess, some simple directions from your coach to say, okay, we need to cut these penalties out. Now, again, if it was a bunch of holding calls, okay, let's work on that. If it was the false starts, but it's a bunch. It's like all of them. So maybe just needs to kind of have a reset and see where it's at. I'm not saying it's permanent, but in terms of accountability, if you're going to say you're accountable, make it happen, coach. And hey, then the rest of the team sees that. What do you think's going to happen? There's going to be a lot of guys, buttoning their own games up. So, all right, gang, that is going to do it for this week's version of Fact or Cap. And as always, they're brought to you by our friends at Underdog Fantasy Sports. Play today, play often.
Play today, play often, get money, play, win big, it doesn't matter. But let's get right into the questions. Not the questions of the day. The updates. Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead. What you have for us?
Hey.
What you have for us,
me
Nick?
on the screen.
There he is. I got it. Sorry, I was coughing there. I didn't want to cough in everybody's ear. Kansas City Chiefs head coach Andy Reid indicated that both Xavier Worthy and Jalen Royals are good to go. So they should be active and playing on Sunday for the Baltimore Ravens at home, 4:30 kickoff, CBS Paramount. And that's good news. Get Worthy back. Be interesting to see what Taekwon does. And how those two fit and how they work together. But pretty excited that we're going to see Mr. Worthy back there. And maybe Royals gets a few snaps, which would be nice to see.
So with that said, let's get into the show topics today. Go ahead, Lou.
All right, so let's tear this sucker up. Let's go. Number one, which team is more desperate? Yes, we're going talk radio here right at the top. The 1 and 2 Chiefs or the 1 and 2 Ravens?
More desperate team? I think it's clearly the Ravens, just because it's a road game. They've given up 2 really, comfortable leads. I know we got a reception 004 in here. Obviously, he's a huge Ravens fan. And, again, we wish you luck. But I think for me, the Chiefs got the pressure off their back and going into the New York Giants and winning in a place that they've never beaten the Giants at home or on the road. So that's a big hurdle. And I think for me, Ravens are going to be tight. They've had a lot of turnovers. They've had a lot of mistakes in the second half when they built leads. I think that falls right into the hands of the Chiefs. And I think personally, this will be the best game that Patrick Mahomes has had in quite a while. So I think all the pressure's on Baltimore. I don't think the Chiefs have any.
I'll say me, the more desperate team will be the Chiefs, right? Because you got your division. Baltimore is a toss-up, right? They can win a division. You got Cleveland. You don't know what Cincinnati going to do.
I don't think they're going to beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, you don't know, they can melt pretty soon. You know, Aaron Rodgers one slip away from crutches. You don't know, right? So I have to say, it had to be the Chiefs because the Chargers are transient, right? They finally found the right plug-in to charge their team up. Even they taking on Slur, right?
Yep.
How about those Chargers? It was the Cowboys, as Luke said. But hey, but in the day, it had to be the Chiefs. They're more desperate. They got it's a must win. A must win for both. You know what I mean? Or you got the Colts looking good, you got the Bills looking good, you got the Chargers looking good, and there you are. You'd be sitting there at 1-3.
How about Indiana Jones, sir?
I don't know. I said the Colts.
Oh, bad. I'm thinking Indiana Jones. Okay, Indiana Jones and them guys. Listen, I'm gonna say it's Baltimore Ravens are the most desperate team right now because they have put themselves in great position to win those last 2 games, and Derrick Henry looking for the rebound. So he's very desperate to show the Baltimore Ravens what he can bring to the team and who he is. So I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens right now because they desperately need a win, especially against a high-profile team like the Kansas City Chiefs.
God, I mean, the Chiefs by a hair because obviously they're both very desperate and need a win. If either of them have any designs on trying to be the number 1 seed in the AFC, they got to get rolling and start stacking wins. I think the only reason I say the Chiefs by a hair is that what Hentz was saying, I think, is a good point in terms of the division that they're in because the Bengals are, I mean, even though they're 2-1, that thing is going to go sideways very quickly. I mean, that could just spin out of control. The Browns can play a really good defensive team, not going to score a ton of points. The Steelers, you still don't know what they have because the games they've been in, the games that they've won were kind of handed to them. And then the one that they lost, they handed to the other team. So it's really hard to get a gauge on them. But we may find out, first thing Sunday morning because they're playing in Dublin. And that'll be a 9:30 start in the East. But yeah, the Chiefs really need to show some life, right? To show that they are figuring out who they are with this group of players. I think, again, I've said it, since the injuries, the suspensions, whatever, that this team is going to be much different second half of the year. The biggest thing right now is just to get as many wins as possible until they get everybody back in the fold, get ready to, just kind of clicking on all cylinders, and then you'll see a much different team second half of the year. But right now, I would say slightly it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's like with the Chiefs. What they saying in the chat, Nick?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Our friend from Baltimore, all the time, is definitely better, but for the past 3 years, Lamar has been better. I mean, it's subjective. I mean, 2 out of the last 3 Super Bowl wins, it's a pretty big difference between them. Let's see. Kenny Sinclair says it'll be a close game, 17-14 to Chiefs. Let's see what else we have here.
Keep in mind the Ravens are averaging about 38 a game.
Yeah, they are. Weston says the Ravens are more desperate. Let's see.
Full words, Weston. Good job.
Full words.
Like that.
Yeah, that's about it. There aren't a whole lot of questions in here yet. So if you have questions, we're happy to. Ruben's got one here. Let's see what Ruben says. Receivers make it hard for me to be a good Christian. There's levels around. Okay, I don't know.
He's referring to reception 004 directly. So that's
okay. Sorry.
Guys are having their own conversation.
I guess that's cool. You guys just banter away.
Communicate.
We welcome all Ravens fans here.
We'll do our little show over here. You guys, go ahead.
Yeah, it's all good.
We'll just go to the next question.
Keep it friendly.
Weston does have a
Jackson,
question, but we'll get to that in a
playing
second.
better than Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
This ought to be good. Let's go, Nick.
Well, I mean, see, we define things differently. I define winning and playing better as wins and losses. So, I think. Okay, I'll give Lamar his props. Statistically speaking, hold on. I'll break just out of respect. For reception,
a red letter day.
This could be 2:13 p.m. Friday, September 26th. I will say this: Lamar Jackson, statistically speaking, has more running yards and more passing yards than Patrick Mahomes. He's also scored more points with his offense. That's good. He is the best, quote unquote, the best regular season quarterback I have ever seen in my 63 years on the planet and 58 watching professional football. He is the best regular season quarterback as far as statistics go. If you're a fantasy football player, he's your number one pick. You take him. You're gonna get a gazillion points, and you're gonna be touting him as an MVP, and he's gonna pick up another MVP award, and he'll do it as a guy who once again couldn't win the big game in February or January. And so at the NFL honors, he will be picking up his 4th MVP trophy with no Super Bowl titles, making him one of the greatest regular season quarterbacks of all time.
I don't have nothing to say after that. But hey, that was a good thing. But I say right now, considering I have to go with my boy Pat, right? You know what I mean? The Pat is finding ways to use guys that came off other teams' castaways, you know what I mean, and turning them to regular stars and turning them into stars. And that's what Tom Brady and Peyton Manning was doing, right? You know, they get guys, and a lot of people want to talk about, he even can say, what's his name, Kurt Warner as well. These guys, that's what That's why I want to see Patrick Mahomes. What are you going to do when you don't have Travis Kelce? And Travis Kelce ain't showed up this year, but Patrick Mahomes still putting up the numbers and still keeping his team irrelevant. So I had to say, who's playing better right now? I'm not saying it because I have the Chiefs red on today.
You are.
I had to say Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is playing now than Patrick Mahomes. So yeah, I had to say it. Sorry, guys.
Man, hey, listen. Let's cut the BS, bro. Lamar Jackson is playing way better than Patrick Mahomes in the last couple years, right? Now we all know about the playoffs, Lamar Jackson. I get that, but as of right now, collectively right now, Lamar Jackson got the best team, and hence you was talking about him, Mahomes using certain guys, certain teams, making them special cast-offs, castaways, and all that other shit. Lamar Jackson, you can put anybody with Lamar Jackson, and he's gonna make him look great. You know what I'm saying? That's what Lamar Jackson is. He is that guy. And to me, right now, Lamar Jackson is playing way better. They putting up way more points than the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? So I will have to go with Lamar Jackson, guy, because he knows what he's doing. I'm just saying. Yes, I'm wearing the Chiefs logo. I'm just saying. Facts is facts. Mahomes has been playing up to par. I'm just saying.
That's interesting. I wonder what kind of quarterback he would be in Kansas City versus Baltimore. Meaning, if he would have had similar success as Patrick Mahomes, because I think what's hurting him is if you watch the 2 losses in particular against Detroit and opener against the Buffalo Bills, the coaching just let him down. I mean, they had stuff, they were moving the ball and they tried to do something completely different in the 4th quarter, and I don't think that would be the case with Andy Reid. I would be curious to see what Lamar Jackson could do in a Chiefs uniform. Not that it's ever going to happen.
Ruben said he good, Nick. He don't want to see it.
I know. I'm just curious. I'm just spitballing out there. I'm just throwing something out.
Take your time, Nick. I'm all for it.
Throwing stuff at the dartboard, seeing if it sticks. But again, I said what I said. I'll probably never say it again.
Well, so Patrick Mahomes joins Harbaugh.
Yeah, he may.
I don't think that'd be a good mix.
Lamar
Jim Harbaugh,
might have won a few more playoff games. I think just because of the culture. And in terms of just how Spags being the defensive coordinator and just kind of like trying to kind of extrapolate Lamar into the offense. And then the offense would look a whole lot different. I just can't imagine, really a timing offense with Lamar, but he has gotten better at that over the last couple of years. You can certainly see that. Who's playing better again? I mean, at Nick's point, in fantasy football, I'm sure Lamar is outscoring Patrick to some degree, not by a whole lot actually this year, but he certainly has more touchdowns. They have scored more points. Both teams are 1-2, and you can say are struggling for one reason or another. Now, Baltimore, the surprise is the defense is kind of letting them down.
Trash.
They've got some injuries and some missing parts. So, you like to think, and even last year, there wasn't a very good defense until like midway through the year. Then they really came on. So again, you got to leave some room for that in terms of their defense. But for this question, again, it's a lot more nuanced. I would say, just generally speaking, Lamar has much better numbers, but I think Patrick means a lot more to this team right now.
Yeah,
because the games that they were in because of him. Right? He doesn't have like an all-time running back he can turn around and hand it to.
Nope.
Right?
It's me, myself, and I, and what's left.
He doesn't have his number 1 and number 2.
What's left?
So again, I mean, it is a nuanced thing. So it's a tough one. Again, statistically, to borrow Nick's term, yes, Lamar.
So what you saying? So what you saying? Lou, Lamar got better weapons than the Chiefs right now.
Well, the healthy ones, yes.
Well, let's get to the next question.
All right, we beat that one.
All right. So, can the Chiefs running backs exploit the Ravens' struggling run defense?
Boy, that's tough. Struggling running backs versus a struggling run defense. Well, I'm not as optimistic on that one. Who knows if we
Hey, that should be your order topic.
The rookie running back Rashard Smith needs to play. This will be a good game for him to see where he is, what he's learned in the preseason, the offseason, 3 regular season games. They got him, I think, 10 or 12 snaps. So he needs to get maybe, I think, 15, maybe 18 snaps. I'd like to see. I'm of the belief that he's their best running back. I think if you unless they decide to activate Elijah Mitchell, which again, I'd like to see what he could do too. But I don't see the Pacheco thing. I just don't. It's just not there for me. I think Kareem Hunt can get you that, 3rd and 2 yard, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Get your red zone touchdown, short yardage, and he's the guy when it comes to short yardage football. But they don't have a game breaker, and until this team gets a game breaker, and if they're going to make a run in the postseason to get to another Super Bowl, they need Rashard Smith to be active. They need to be on the field, and he needs to have had a lot of success leading up to the pressure games in November, December, and January. Now, to take it a step further, once the Chiefs kind of get past, the next 4 or 5 games, their schedule's not as difficult the second half of the season. So maybe that's what they're gearing toward, to give him some latitude, knowing the Chiefs are going to be favorites. But for me, to answer the question in a long-winded way, unless it's Smith, I just don't see the running game producing a whole lot.
Well, it falls on Andy Reid. Is he going to stick to it? If somebody get 5 to 6 yards, 1 carry, do we go back right to him and see if they can finish it off to get that 10 yards? Then keep going and keep going and keep going. Because like the Ravens run game is questionable. Their secondary is questionable as well. So they all-star safety is having a rough struggle at the start of the season as well. So when it's all said and done, I think the Chiefs running backs, if they put Smith or take the rock out of Isaiah Pacheco hand and put it in Kareem Hunt's or
right,
Elijah Mitchell, one of their hands, I feel like they can expose this struggling run defense and defense overall. Go ahead, Coach.
We should point out that at Wednesday's injury report, every one of the starters on the defensive line wasn't practicing much. So a couple of guys were out. So we don't know what the final tally will be today, but that could change this a little bit if they're just playing with a lot of backups, especially if Van Noy's not playing.
That's for the Ravens. Okay. Go ahead, Jerry.
Man, they both listen. Shit, I think the Chiefs will exploit the Ravens' horrible run defense. I think they will. But can they do it? It's yet to be seen. But I think they can. But it's like we need Taylor, man. We need Taylor to really put forth the effort. Put forth the effort because the Chiefs are struggling definitely in that category. But they both rank last, guys. So it's like I'm trying to really give some credit to the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe they can. We just got to see a healthy dose of Kareem Hunt. This is a healthy dose of Kareem Hunt and just use a lot of muscle. If not, it's going to be the one shit throat of a game, man.
This comes down to an offensive line question, and I mean, I think everybody hit different points of it. O-line, not so much scheme, but the willingness to stick with it, because where it really got exposed was from Detroit, and Detroit's got a pretty stout offensive line, and they came in and they just bullied them. Most of the yardage was between the tackles, and you've got, I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are really good running backs in this league. And there's a big chasm between those two and the Chiefs running backs right now. And is the offensive line even close to what Detroit has? So that's really a tough one to put on the running. Can the running backs exploit them? Yeah, I mean, if the offensive line opens up holes the way that Detroit did, yeah, they probably can. Now, will they put up the same numbers? Absolutely not, for different reasons. But they can do it if they want to. If they feel like that's the only way they can win, then that will be the game plan. But you're not going to – I don't think Andy Reid's ever going to take the ball out of Patrick's hands that much to really just, that's going to be the game plan. We're going to play ball control. We're just going to run it, try to keep our defensive snaps limited by just moving the chains and, keeping the score down. If they do that, that might happen. But more than likely, it's going to be a more up-tempo game. And if the Chiefs aren't getting big yards early in the run game, more than likely they're just going to start throwing the ball a lot more.
They're going to have to. I agree.
Yeah,
I definitely agree.
So with that said, let's get to the next question.
All right. So whose slump is a bigger liability?
Ooh.
Harrison missed kicks or Henry's fumbling issues?
I'm going to go with Butker's missed kicks because if the Chiefs offense is going to, struggle to put up 25, 23, 28 points,
10 points,
they need everything they can get. I mean, you add those 10 points back in and the Chiefs probably are at a minimum 2-1, not 1-2. He just hasn't kicked well so far this year. We beat it to death on Wednesday, so I'm not going to rehash any of that. But I think as far as the liability goes, Henry's fumbling issues are just simply because of his arrogance, the way he runs the ball and doesn't secure it. And teams are going after the football, and the Chiefs will do the exact same thing. But I think the bigger liability is Butker for the points that we're missing.
I'd say fumbling. I say you okay? You late? But I just say Derrick Henry, man. The issues there, right? The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. Sometimes he can overcome the kicking, because we don't want, if the offense gets going and we think they get back to Tyreek Hill days and 2018 days, and we won't be worrying about Butker. He'd be on the sideline most of the time. But that fumbling issue, you just started running back for the Baltimore Ravens, and you cost them 2 games in the fourth quarter, back to back. And you want to, and your defense is not playing well, so they can't stop anybody. You know what I mean? So it has to come down to that fumbling issue with Derrick Henry. Hey, that's a bigger liability, because you're not just missing a field goal, you're missing 3 points. Yeah, that's all right, but Patrick Mahomes probably can make up for that. But that fumbling, and you giving the offense another chance, and your defense can't stop nobody. Hey, it had to be Derrick Henry for me.
Yeah,
I disagree. I'm gonna have to go with Buckner, because I know what you're saying, though, Bo guys. When the game's on the line, you at the 35 or the 40, and the ball go ding dong ding, and then what happens? The game is close, and they said thing go boom, and then like
were you a ding dong kid?
Man, I was a phenomenal kid, man. I had a great accuracy.
Do you have any idea what the hell any of that meant?
That's all right.
Hey, ding dong,
ding dong ditch was a game we played with kids.
Upright. Lou, hitting the upright.
Okay.
We don't want to
hear.
Right,
I got you.
We want to hear silence when the ball goes through. When we hear silence, that's when the ball goes through. So
not
here's the thing,
not the universally accepted doink.
It's like not
for
the
you,
doink,
it's ding dong ding.
Because they go ding boom.
I got
ding
you.
Dong, ding dong boom. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think Buckner's to me is more of a liability, because the way these two teams are going to play, guys, they're going to bring their all in this game, and it's going to come down to a field goal. It's going to come down to a field goal. And the way Buckner's been playing right now, he's a liability because we need that man to stay focused, to stay on top of his shit. So I'm saying, though, this to me is on Buckner because I think Buckner is going to be the answer to this game. So it's on Buckner. I'm not worrying about the fumble. I'm worrying about Buckner and that leg, man.
Yeah, if you're losing fumbles, those are potential like 7 points at a time, right? You know, 6 to 8 points every time you do that. Now, I think Witchy brings up a good point. Derrick Henry's not really been a huge fumbler throughout his career, but in the last, he's fumbled each time this season, 3 games in a row. Yeah, never done that. And then I don't know who broke it down. Maybe it was the last game where I think like 70% of his fumbles have happened in the fourth quarter. So is it because, he's a little, he's getting worn down at the end again? Because you were saying he always gets stronger, during games, and he kind of picks up steam as they use him more. The Ravens have kind of gotten away from really giving him a lot of volume. Right. And maybe it's because it's the early season, but 3 games in a row, maybe the elbow's dropping a little bit when he's carrying it. And they highlighted that against Detroit. He said like he didn't see the guy behind him. Hutchinson came in from behind, just like perfect punch. So again, it could be coincidence or whatever, but 3 times in a row, most of his fumbles are in the fourth quarter. That seems to be a trend. So I would say that because those could be like completely game changing. I'm not saying the field goals aren't important, but if you're just, one or the other, I would go with Henry just because it seems to be a trend where Bucker's gone through these periods in the past. It's not like he's missing all his kicks and he's completely in his head and they're getting blocked or a bad operation. He's had some misses. Can't do that, right? Got to get on it. But
I have the injury update for Baltimore.
I'll go with the fumbling here.
Go ahead, Nick.
All right, so the injury update is for the Ravens. Namadi Matabuke, the defensive tackle.
Matabuke.
There you go, whatever. He's out. Fullback Patrick Ricard is out. Defensive tackle Broderick Washington is out. Kyle Van Noy, Ronnie Stanley, Travis Jones were limited in practice. It looks like Isaiah Likely is going to be 100% ready to go. So 2 defensive tackles, and their starting fullback is out, and Van Noy is listed, and Stanley is questionable.
Yeah, so odds are with Likely being healthy, you're going to see a lot more. Now, they did run a lot of 12 personnel with Charlie Kolar. Hell, you might see a lot of 13 personnel with those guys because Likely is a big wide receiver, physical guy. We saw, how dominant he can be in that game last year, the opener, and, but for, a size 12 instead of a size 10, they would have walked off with a win there, or they would have had a chance to go for 2, and maybe they don't win the game, but they would have a chance. But it'll be interesting to see what the Chiefs' game plan is, how they're going to attack offensively. I think defensively, we kind of have an idea what they're going to do. I mean, it'll be very similar to the game plan they ran in the championship game, and every time they do play Lamar. So don't get too upset. If the rush is very deliberate, they're not, making any wild, one-on-one moves because you don't want Lamar getting out the gate and, kill it.
I think the Ravens still gonna run the ball still. They still got a good offense.
Well, you would think. I mean, that's kind of their bread and butter, and I think that's what's hurt them in some of these games where Again, to the Ravens fans in the chat, we do appreciate you coming in. And I don't think anybody here is saying that Lamar's not a great player. We all agree Lamar is a great player, potential superstar. The only thing he doesn't have on his resume is a bunch of playoff wins. So I would ask you guys, instead of fighting over, well, this guy's better than this, and here are his statistics, what is your view of why the Ravens can't close it out in playoff games with this great quarterback every year?
I know why.
Just ponder that for a bit and answer that in the chat instead of fighting amongst yourselves.
Hey, let them slug it out. Let them throw some haymakers in.
Go ahead, Hans. What do you say?
I know why.
Oh no! We suck again!
There you go.
I'm gonna say it's just Lamar doesn't have that close out.
Rob Schneider.
I'm just saying.
Rob Schneider from way downtown. All right. So we've got some couple wide receivers here we want to take a look at. Which player is the bigger story? Is it Quan kind of stepping out of that Baylor jinx and just
thanks to Lou
and starting to produce a bit? Yeah, I want to say I willed it into existence. And then D-Hop, man, I don't know about consistent dominance, but D-Hop is has a little bit of a role with the Ravens now. So which one do you think, Nick?
No question the bigger story is Tyquan Thornton, just because of the fact that he has rejuvenated his career. He's broke the Baylor jinx. He's going to get Xavier Worthy on the opposite side of him. I can't wait to see what Andy Reid dials up and how many snaps that Worthy gets. I think for Hopkins, I mean, he's made some terrific catches. Not a lot of them, but he's made significant ones in the games. And this was not the same DeAndre Hopkins we saw last year. We saw the drops. I mean, obviously the biggest one was in Super Bowl 59. That was a touchdown. There was nobody on that side of the field. There was nobody in front of him. He would have walked into the end zone. But, then the Chiefs have 7 points right at the half. But to me, listen, the fact they're not using Zay Flowers as much, they certainly didn't against the Lions. I think that's the game plan for the Chiefs. But Thornton, to me, is the much bigger story. His upside is strong, and this is probably the last go for DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I had to go Thornton. I watched him last night on Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco's show.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, how he was talking. He was talking about how he got robbed at the. He was a 4.21 guy in the combine. They waited 3 hours after that to let him know there was a 4.28. You know what I mean? So he was on the sideline like, hey, I just ran a 4.21. He put on the shades and everything and said, I'm done. You know what I mean? Then they come back 3 hours later and say, hey, it was a 4.28. You know what I mean? Like, hold on. You know what I mean? I broke the record. I'm the fastest guy. So, with that, with him coming over there, how the media treated him, how he said it was in New England, and now he coming to Kansas City. I feel like coming from a practice squad, then coming up to be a starter and maybe be a superstar in this offense. You know what I mean? Maybe because when Hollywood's gone, who's going to be that guy? Like I said, Juju's on a 1-year deal. Hollywood is on a 1-year deal. Now you coming out here showing that I'm young, that I can come out here and get this done. I feel like, he got to be the biggest story. Even though D-Hop is still like showing that he had the dominant presence of catching the one-hand passes and everything else like that. Showing that he can still be a viable threat on a possession wide receiver.
Right.
It has to be Tyquan Thornton. Dre's got.
Man, damn all the craziness, all the crazy talk about Dion. He's washed. He still got hands. He's washed. He's washed. He's washed.
He's just an old. He's a veteran
and washed with glove, mitten hands. His hands about as big as my goddamn body. So here's the thing right now. Tyquan Thornton been a beast for a long time. It's just the fact that he had to get into a system that fits him. Like, they like shifty, fast guys in Kansas City. Hey, and he's been productive since preseason. I've been telling Lou, the whole goddamn staff about Thornton. I said, he's smoking your favorite guy. He put T. Smurfs on skates. He out-jumped the guy, man. He's been whooping tail. So what I'm saying, anyway, anybody know who T. Smurf is? I'm talking about Teacups. I'm talking about Trent McDuffie. But what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. Right now, that boy been clutch. He got great hands. He got great speed, and he got separation. Y'all favorite quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, been overthrowing this guy all goddamn season, but we know who he is. He clutch. He can catch the ball. It is about Thornton. Hey, Thornton, your boy coach been supporting you since preseason, since New England. Your boy got you. It's about Thornton, man.
Okay. Yeah.
Get that out. You good?
This is a difficult one because D-Hop's been a great player in the league forever.
Sure,
and he's kind of like on his last season, maybe last couple seasons, whatever. Tyquan's just coming. I mean, I don't know that he's been a beast. I think New England, and he admitted it. I mean, the press there ate him up because they took him in the second round, and there was some fatigue there with their draft picks and wide receivers. And so he had to kind of take on a lot of that crap from failed picks before him that came through as a wide receiver. And okay, he's just another one. So I think just the fresh start in Kansas City, I think having Juju along with him, his experience with him in New England, it kind of softened things up for him, and he's able to perform. So God bless him. Like I said, I'm one of his biggest cheerleaders. I just didn't think it was going to happen because history was against him. So if he is, in fact, got his head straight and the speed is the speed.
He is the guy.
Well, I don't know. He's the guy. I think
He's the guy.
He can certainly be a good number 3 or 4 receiver.
He's their wild card on offense.
So yeah, I would say Tyquan Thornton's story just because it's a little bit more of a surprise.
He said it.
Let Bo tell it. He's faster than Worthy.
Hey, that's what the combine said. Man.
You get those Texas guys. They'll run
100 yard, 100 meter for charity.
Bring that to the press conference.
That's what they're doing in this offseason. It's going to be Xavier Worthy.
Xavier gets up there. You ask him, who's faster, you or Quan?
Tyreek Hill.
It's going to be after this offseason. Shannon Sharp and them and Ocho Cinco is putting together the fastest man in the NFL against the wide receiver. It's going to be
nice.
Hollywood Brown. It's going to be Tyquan Thornton.
Hollywood getting beat.
Tyreek Hill. It's going to be all those guys there. So they're going to be doing it this summer. So we're going to see who's the fastest guy. Who y'all got your money on? Who you got your money on? Who you think will come out take
Bo, who you think is faster, Bo? Right now, who you think is faster? Top of your head. Don't lie, because we're on the panel. Who you think is faster?
I'm sorry. I didn't see nobody move like the cheetah. So I can see everybody else running that. I ain't see nobody.
I'm talking about Worthy and Thornton. Who you got, Worthy and Thornton?
The unfortunate thing about Tyreek is you really haven't got a chance to see him really explode up the field because of the way they're playing. So, you know, he's being a little bit older. I might have to go with X in this case.
I'm
going to go with Thornton. I think Thornton is fast. I'm going to go with Thornton, man.
Really?
There you go with
longer strides. He's
we'll
tall.
see.
I mean, he's like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Who you go with?
Like 375.
I'm going with Worthy.
I'll go Worthy. All right, so let's get.
I want to apologize to anybody that I offended by characterizing you as Ravens fans. I just assumed you were, but again, it stands. Everybody agrees that Lamar is a great player. And the reason I brought up the playoff stuff is that seems to be the one thing that's working against them. So, but thanks for the comments. Keep them coming.
Appreciate that. And one more thing. I don't know who says something about the Chiefs were lucky last year. Yeah, I'll admit it. They had a lot of games where the ball bounced their way. And as we can see this year, that ball hasn't bounced the way that it did a year ago.
You make your own luck. So
you make your own luck.
It's will you say that? I'll ask you after that. Well, let's go to the next question.
All right. So will this game finally prove the Chiefs' offense is fixed? Wow. Or will it expose their remaining red zone issues?
Okay. I'm not going to say it's going to be fixed. I think it's going to be more efficient. I think it's going to be more focused. I think they're going to score more points in the first half than they have in the last couple of weeks. I think that they have a general sense and feel of who and what they can become. And if Worthy does play and Royals is out there even in 4, 5, 6 snaps, that means they're, after this, 2 more games away from having Rashee Rice back, and then this offense is going to be unstoppable. So the goal is fix it the best you can until you have your full complement of receivers, and pray there's no other injuries that complicate the return of Rashee Rice, who I am told is in excellent shape. He is working with the trainers and getting up to speed on all the things that he can do. He's made a big impact in the locker room. They're very excited to have him back. So after this game, there'll be 2 more, Jacksonville and Detroit, and then the home game against the Raiders in October 16th, I think it is.
Did we get an update on, is that when he's ready? That's when he's able to actually get on the field? Is that week before the game?
Yes. After the Monday night game of that week on that Tuesday,
then
he's eligible.
Practice.
He's eligible to, obviously it's a day off, but sometimes it means, now I don't know if he's going to be eligible to be in the meet. I think he can be in the meetings on Monday.
I think he's able to be in the meetings right now.
Yeah. So if he's in the meetings on Monday, which is a review, As long as Andy Reid, thinks that he's in good enough shape and he hasn't missed much, he'll play. Going against the Raiders would be a good team for him to debut with. Get him some reps, get him used to it, because then after that they got the Redskins / Commanders.
If they is the type of thing they open the practice window maybe the week before.
No.
Right. So he has to wait till week of that game.
He has to miss 6 full Chiefs games.
Then he can get on the field.
Correct.
All right. So I think this game, I hope it's be fixed, but the red zone issues is an issue. It's a real thing. It's been like this last year as well. So I don't know what they get. I ain't even seen Andy Reid. They ain't been getting cute in the red zone so far no more.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen them been trying to run in there and get the ball in. Any means. But I'm hoping this can shows that the offense can be a little bit fixed. But I'm leaning more. If it don't go well, it's going to expose that the red zone issues is still an issue, remaining issues for this team when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, hell. Just score some damn points. I'm like looking at this. The issue to me with the Chiefs offense right now, man, their pass blocking is cool, man. It's just the run blocking. Like even in the red zone, like you got to be able to punch the ball in. And if you can't do that against this Ravens defense, man, yes, it's going to be a big issue. But I believe if they can go out there and get the job done, I believe they should be okay. I believe they should be okay. It should give them a little bit more confidence. If they can punch it in, especially against this bad Ravens run defense, they should be okay, especially in the red zone. But that's yet to be seen. So,
I think even if they have a decent game, I don't know that you can say that the offense is fixed, right? And as far as the red zone goes, I think Coach is right. You have to be able to prove that you can run the ball a little bit in the red zone because, the spacing just becomes almost impossible when you get close. Now, what we saw in summer football was they were running some of those fade stops and fades with Jason Brownlee in the end zone. And they really haven't really shown that yet in the regular season or had many opportunities to do that. And I don't know that they really have had a ton of red zone trips.
Right.
Travis dropping the ball. I mean, just those are the ones that kind of stand out. So we'll see, if they come up with something a little bit more creative in the red zone, but you just like them to be able to really not just bully it all the way into the end zone, but even if you can just make some yards on first and second down to, kind of keep the defense honest, that's going to help a lot. So again, it's a kind of not a black or white question. I mean, it's going to be difficult to really proclaim the offense fixed until they've got all the guys in there that they want in there and they have a chance to kind of figure it all out.
Right. They
hopefully can figure out an offense that they can be effective with the guys they have right now. So maybe, if that equals fixing the offense, then maybe we will start to see that. We started to see a little bit of it the second half of the Giants game. So maybe that carries over a little bit and they can build on it.
All right. Before we go into the bonus rounds, the last call, what's your score prediction, Nick, of this game?
Oh, me? I got the Chiefs 26 and I've got the Ravens 24.
Go ahead. I have the Chiefs, 45, the Ravens. I feel like this is going to be explosive. I think this is going to be the game that Thornton shows out. Might have 3 touchdowns. I'm just saying. I don't know. I think 45-10 Chiefs. Derrick Henry get benched this game for the multiple fumbles that he had in the third quarter.
Brutal.
I think Buckner missed 2 clutch field goals in a fourth quarter. I think Baltimore goes out there and put on an awesome offensive show. I feel like Derrick Henry's gonna go out there and probably he might rush for at least about 55 yards, 15 carries for 45 yards. Lamar throw for like 450 flat. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? I'm just saying. I think it would be a close game, but it's gonna go to Buckner. It's gonna go to Buckner. So I'm gonna say 21.
Land the plane.
21-7 Baltimore.
All right.
450 yards and they score 21.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's gonna throw like 3 or 4 interceptions too. Wow. Yeah, I'll say Chiefs 24, Ravens 23. And Bucker hits it at the buzzer to win.
Down 21-23 with 2 seconds on the clock. Bucker lines up for a 46-yard field goal. The Ravens are out of timeout. The snap, the ball is down. Bucker strides through the ball and splits the uprights with 5 yards to spare. The Chiefs win.
So with that said, let's get into the bonus questions. What you go ahead with?
Bonus questions.
Okay, so is Tom Brady's Fox/Raiders dual role a genuine conflict of interest, or is he right to dismiss his critics as paranoid?
Paranoid. Well, I mean, there's clearly a line of conflict of interest as to what he can do to participate with the team and be the broadcaster. He's already not allowed to watch game film prior to his broadcast on Fox, as it could give the Raiders an advantage if he decides to share what he sees.
Actually, I think that's the only thing he can do before games. To watch game film. He's not allowed in the facility.
Right.
The production meetings are via Zoom only, and of course, it's always the team's prerogative whether they want to.
He mentioned that he mentioned that he interviewed players before the Chiefs game against the Eagles, so that he was in some sort of conversations or meetings or some kind. So I think it's a gray area. I don't think it matters.
I think that's the part where people have a problem, is when he's walking around on the field, and you're not going to just ignore him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It's not like he's going to help the Raiders. The Raiders need a lot of help. They're not going anywhere this year. So it's like, listen, he got what, $35 million a year to be the broadcaster. He's not giving up that money.
For 10.
He basically invested that money in getting a 5% minority stake of the Las Vegas Raiders. And, will he become the next Al Davis, be the managing partner? Who knows? But for now, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think Tom Brady's going to make that much of a difference. I don't think he's going to make that much of a difference for the Raiders in the next couple of seasons until they find their path.
Yeah, I don't think if you're going to be that's like you having a coach up there in the skybox watching your opponents. Now I can see it. If I don't think you should be calling like the Chiefs or the Chargers or the Broncos games. Now, if Fox can move them off those games, it'd be fine. But if you don't get to call those games, it'd be fine. I don't think calling the criticisms. I'm calling everybody paranoid. No, it ain't paranoid. I don't want nobody's coach up there watching my games in the stands. Watching my playbook, then reporting back to the coaches. We don't know what you're doing. We can't we go into your phone log and tell you who you called or not called, or what you've seen or what you're not seeing. So if I'm the AFC West, I'm like, hey, I don't want him calling our games. I won't want him out there, in our stadiums, and unless he's up there, in a player booth if we playing Raiders or something like that. So that's how I'll go with.
Are y'all trying to call Tom Brady a new spy game? You think he's spying on teams and whatnot? Is that what I'm getting?
Right.
Are y'all that afraid of Tom Brady? Are y'all that afraid of Tom Brady? I don't give a damn. He's just Tom Brady. Tom Brady doing what he needs to do. It's what he get paid to do. Everybody just feel offended. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Tom Brady's time. He's doing his thing. He's cool. I think it shouldn't bother nobody.
Yeah. So this is a major conflict of interest, right? I mean, you don't have any other owners that have access to a bunch of other players. Now, forget about the fact that, anybody can watch film. If you got NFL Plus, you can watch film. There's nothing wrong with that. Sure, he's going to use whatever nugget he has to help the Raiders win games. That's just who he is. He's a competitor. Why wouldn't he, right? So here's a guy that the league suspended once for cheating, During the investigation, he destroyed his phone so it wouldn't be put on the court records. Okay. He was involved with Sean Payton in potentially Miami Dolphins tampering to get them both.
No, it was proven.
Absolutely. But no, he was involved in that. So for him to take this high road in his new newsletter, calling everybody else paranoid, GTFOH, you know?
Yeah.
Who
cares?
What are you talking about here? So
I don't think it's a big deal.
Whatever. And then the other piece is what valuation did they use for the Raiders for him to get 10%, 5% or whatever? These teams are being valued at like $6 billion, $7 billion. The Patriots just sold 8% based on a $9 billion valuation. Tom Brady didn't give Davis $400 or $500 million. Okay. So he gets a sweetheart deal. The fox is in the hen house, no pun intended. And no, so for him to say that people are paranoid, please, Tom, come on, Tom.
So let's get to the next.
Deaf. He's a little tone deaf at very least.
Go ahead, Luke.
Could you imagine all of a sudden if Clark was hanging out at the Chargers facility and just walking or stumbling around like hens? Come on. All right. So Robert Saleh, like out of the blue, I don't know how this came up in the press conference or whatever. New defensive coordinator in San Francisco. They're playing Jacksonville this week, but just comes out saying like the Liam Cohen's group, the entire coaching staff, elite sign stealers. Or is he simply deflecting from the Jets' recent struggles? Was he right to do that?
I mean, sign stealing is not something new. You know, you put the piece of paper in front of your mouth and you call the play, and that's it. No one's going to know what the signs are. Now, do they steal potential signs when it comes to changing the ball at the line of scrimmages and cadences and words? Yeah, that just makes them a good good defense or good offense, depending on who has the advantage there. But for me, I think he's just deflecting. Robin Saleh is a really good defensive coordinator. He was a woeful head coach. He'll never be a head coach again, I don't think. And I think this is just a bunch of noise before the game.
Sooner than you think, Nick.
We'll see. I mean, that's a long trip. Jacksonville's got to fly all the way to San Francisco. That's a brutal trip.
Duval. But I have to say, I just say, be like Nick said, they've been doing it back in the day. If I would hire somebody on my coaching staff just to be looking at your signs and reporting back to me, what are they doing over there?
Houston Astros did it, and they won a World Series.
I have the spy guy in the stands reporting down to the headset to let me know they just signal. They're going to run.
You do have pro scouts that go out to other games, like advanced. They go scout the team, so that's kind of their job. So
right, yeah. That's what I had no problem with. I don't think they were stealing. I think he was just, going off the struggles of the team and everything else. So I don't think it's elite sign stealing. I think, hey, if I see something you're doing, I see a player that used to play for you. That's what sometimes you see these coaches bring some of these guys on practice squad. Used to play for a team before. You know what I mean? To say, what are they doing on this sideline? What is this? What I'm seeing here? You get back to me and let me know what it is. The next thing you know, after the game is over, that player been cut from the practice squad. They just got paid. They lost $20,000 to $30,000 to go in there and do that. To go ahead, coach.
Well, a little more than that.
I don't give a good damn or a good darn about anybody stealing some damn signs. It ain't gonna jack the damn game up. I don't give a damn about none of these star signs you want to steal. Who gives a damn? I don't give a damn. Like, it ain't gonna stop my offense or my defense. So who cares? Whoever cares about this situation is sensitive as hell. Like, I don't even give a damn. That's my sign over there. They got my sign. Who cares? Who gives a damn? I don't give a good damn.
I don't give a shit either.
Mind games. That's what Saleh's doing. Get into Liam Cohen's head.
If they need to have mind games to play the Jacksonville Jaguars, then he's got bigger problems.
Well, okay, whatever. But I think it is. I mean, all these things, a lot of things that are said in the media, I mean, a little bit to have fun. Maybe, I mean, I think maybe he worked with some of those guys in the past. A lot of those guys have been in the Sean McVay, Shanahan, O'Connell, like that whole tree, defensive coordinators that have worked with all those guys. So I think he was probably just poking fun at them a little bit, but by the same token, also kind of getting in their heads like, oh, they're going to change signs. What do we do? Whatever. But no, I think it's just bunch of coaches poking fun at each other. And it was just it was interesting to me to hear him say that in a press conference. And I thought that was kind of unique.
All right, for the last one, the last call, the last question of the hour. Go ahead, Luke.
Okay, so Richard Sherman. It was more Tony Gonzalez, but
yeah,
okay.
Let's be honest.
Is Richard Sherman justified in judging Russell Wilson's entire career by his post Legion of Boom performance, or is that a petty post breakup narrative? A lot of words, man.
That's
yeah.
I think Sherman made his comments, but I think Tony Gonzalez basically said he's just eliminated himself from a chance to get
Tony
NFL Hall of Fame. I don't think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. So I don't think he deserves to get there above some other really great quarterbacks.
Eli Manning.
Manning's already in, but I don't think that. I think you can judge him. He had a good early part of his career. He was in the right system with the right coach. He had a great running back. He had a great defense. He still lost the Super Bowl by throwing that ridiculous interception against the Patriots. And ever since then, he's basically not, the peak. He peaked, and he's just nothing really continued to nosedive. So I think Sherman is upset about that playoff loss, the Super Bowl loss. I think it grinds on him because. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sherman does not have a Super Bowl. He thought he was going to get it with San Francisco. Oops. The Chiefs took care of that. And I think it's just bitter for Richard Sherman and for Tony Gonzalez. I wouldn't argue with a guy who knows quarterbacks like Tony Gonzalez does. So
Sherman got a Super Bowl ring.
What's that?
Sherman got a Super Bowl ring.
He does? With who?
Well, they won it the year before. They were going for 2 in a row.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'm sorry. My bad.
They beat Peyton's Broncos.
They dominated the Broncos.
That's right. My bad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think it's just Tony Gonzalez started a conversation, just said that that his career is not going to be a great quarterback. He don't think he's one of the great quarterbacks. You don't think he deserves to be in a Hall of Fame. And I think Tony Gonzalez is one of the people that's over there to help get the votes in, correct? He one of the guys that help people get in the Hall of Fame. So I had to say this is for me, for Richard Sherman. I think he's just still mad about that interception at the goal line. They could have rented it in with Marshawn Lynch and got it in for a touchdown. Look, he could have had 2 Super Bowl rings, because he was going neck to neck with Deion Sanders, and trying to go career stats with there, but. I think Richard Sherman, every time he comes out, I really, really don't think he liked Russell Wilson, man. I really don't think he liked it. But yet, if you look at it, if you look at it, it was the Legion of Boom. If you take away the Legion of Boom, the Russell was just Russell, right? It was just running games, Marshawn Lynch, and what they call it, moon balls that he be throwing. Other than that, so no.
He makes a great point.
If you look at Russell Wilson, was never like a real polished NFL quarterback. He was just based off a run game, a running system, and played with a great defense. Richard Sherman does have a key role in he to me, I believe he can say what you want to say because that defense was stout. That defense did what they needed to do. Based on which I see from Russell Wilson, this is Russell Wilson without the defense. This is Russell Wilson without a running game. This is what you get from Russell Wilson. He's not like the typical pocket quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I get what they're saying. And if y'all really look at it, besides the 2 Super Bowl runs he had, what else that Russell did for real? Honestly, what else that Russell did?
Well, you could say the same thing about Eli Manning then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Eli Manning is a Manning, Lou. He is a Manning, right? He's right up under
either way, outside of those 2 Super Bowl runs, his career.
Eli Manning, hey, shout out to Odell Beckham Jr. and them guys. They cost my guy another run because against Green Bay should have beaten them, but that's a whole nother story. But I'm gonna say this: I think Eli Manning, to me, is better than Russell Wilson. I think Russ is just Russ, man. I think Russ to me is a good quarterback, but he's not qualified to be in the Hall of Fame. So
Tony was the one that really went in on him, where he's basically saying that he's playing his way out of the Hall of Fame. So it was kind of like a backhanded compliment that he was good enough. He did have a Hall of Fame career, but between Denver, Pittsburgh, now this mess with the Giants, that he's kind of played his way out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And then Richard got a few seconds in there, but you can tell. I mean, it's come up before in other platforms. His own podcast. He and Marshawn, he and whoever, the other guys from Legion of Boom, they feel like they got ripped off of a second Super Bowl and potentially, a dynasty, right? Who knows how far that goes. So was that on Pete Carroll? Was that on the offensive coordinator? Ultimately, Russ was the one threw the bad interception. Didn't have to throw it. There was still plenty of time. But it's so I think it's a little bit of all of it. I mean, it is a little petty. It is some post breakup stuff. But still, to me, if you watch the clip, Tony G was the one, and I don't know what kind of got them to that conversation, but maybe they were talking about Sam Darnold or whatever. But anyway, Tony was the one that was really stirring the pot there, probably knowing that Richard was going to come in with both guns blazing.
Right.
Yeah. So with that said, what's y'all, before we close out, you want to thank everybody.
Did we finish out the score predictions? We did, right? Okay. We didn't have we didn't give them in advance. I got you.
No, we didn't get
I'm getting old, hence I forget things like that,
So with that said, man, hey, we'll thank everybody for watching, man. The Ravens and the Chiefs. This is more coming like a rival game. I guarantee we
sure
play
is.
Years, me. So
what a great weekend of sports. Saturday's got about 5 or 6 great college football matchups. You got the Ryder Cup up in Bethpage, New York,
going on
US
now
versus the world.
Europe's
and
kicking
then
ass.
Sunday football. You got a bunch of Tampa and Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs and Ravens.
Hey, that Tampa Bay game gonna be sweet, man. I got Tampa Bay rolling with that one. I got Baker.
Great weekend of sports.
Can't beat it.
But they said, guys, we will see you guys Saturday, man, Coach. But we'll see the rest of you guys on Monday after a Chiefs.
Enjoy the game. Let's go.
Enjoy it.
Go.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace out.
The Chiefs 45, Ravens 10. How you like those out?